Hello, everyone. Let's wait for 2 or 3 minutes more. We'll start the webinar. Nimish, we can wait for 1 or 2 minutes more and we'll start.
Sure. Yes. Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar by iSchoolConnect. The topic today is financing studies abroad. We have Nimish Ratkantivar over here with us. She'll be taking the session with you. I'll start with a short introduction about you, Nimish. So, Nimish is an experienced study abroad counselor with for various programs like undergraduate, master's, MBA, PhD, with concentrations in computer science, psychology, urban planning, mathematics, economics, biology, engineering, pre-med, business, public health, etc. Nimish has also an experience of dealing with the most popular study abroad destinations in the world, like USA, UK, and Canada. She has counseled over 500 plus students and has an experience of 8 plus years. She has also sent students to top 3 universities of Cornell University, Columbia, and New York University. We welcome you, Nimish, to take this session with us. Hope you
Thank
guys
you.
have a wonderful session. Yes, Nimish, please take over now.
Sure. Thank you. Guys, let's wait for, I would say, 2 minutes. Let everyone join and then we will start. And thank you so much for joining us on Saturday evening. I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of plans. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So let's wait for 2 minutes and we will start. Okay. Sorry. Let's start with the session. So today we will be discussing the most important factor when we think about overseas education and study abroad, that is finances. So obviously we would be having a basic discussion about basic study abroad structure and everything, plus important factor would be finance. So let's begin. Yeah. So these are the things that we are going to talk about. How much does it cost? What are the financial options, educational loans, scholarship, and how will we, iSchoolConnect, help you with the same? So let's get started. So this is a quick poll. So I just want to know, when you think about overseas education, what should be your next move? So could you give me it in chat? Yeah. Okay. So you have a poll in front of you. What should be your next move? So are you all planning to for higher education work, or are you all just not sure about what has to be done? Okay, okay. Thank you so much, guys. So, as I can see, most of y'all are here for overseas education. So, well, let's discuss about that in more detail. And which country are you all targeting? So, these are the countries: US, UK, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. So, could you just tell me which countries are you all targeting? Okay. Oh, a lot of y'all are targeting Canada. Okay, fine. We will discuss everything in more detail, guys. Thank you for your answers. So let's start. So, well, I think this is the most important part when we think about study abroad. Your process of study abroad has to start at least a year prior to your applications. So, if I have to give you an example, let's say if your application, if you're planning to apply for fall 2023, the application process should start at least a year prior or even maybe before that. Because the most important part in your application is researching the universities or researching the correct university for yourself. Now, I always say this to students that every university is not for every student, or every university will not exactly uh, be on the expectations that every student has. Like, for example, let's say you are a very top ranked university. You might not really like to go for a university which will give you less job opportunities, or maybe which are in suburb areas, or maybe you have relatives. You are a very good student, you have relatives, so maybe you cannot really go to top ranked universities because you have to stay with your relatives or the program. So not necessary every student will like every program that is available in every university. So every university is never for every student. Budget, even if you are a good student, not necessary your budget will allow you to go to a top ranked university. So that really makes a difference. So researching universities, now when we talk about only US, there are more than 5,000 universities. So obviously you are not going to send your applications to all 5,000 universities. It is not possible, because there is an application cost also involved in that. Let's say there are some mandatory exams required, like we all know: IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, nowadays Duolingo. But every university will not accept Duolingo. And if you have given that, then obviously you cannot apply to any random university. We have to do a proper research on which university is offering your program and ready to accept Duolingo. Sometimes students have less marks, sometimes students have good marks, but maybe less GRE. So GMAT or SAT. I mean, depends on what program you want to go for. So this is uh, this is what I'm trying to say, that every university is not for every student. So every student has different set of requirements, different set of marks, different set of your test prep, GRE, GMAT, and SAT score, different program. So all universities are not for all students. So the research of which university is best for you uh, takes time. It is a time consuming job. So finalizing, so let's say if you're targeting more than one country, if you're targeting multiple countries, obviously your research increases. So this is a big job where you have to really sit down, do the research, and finalize the universities for yourself. Once you finalize the university, the second most important thing that comes in picture is your test score. So when I say test, I mean GRE, GMAT, SAT, IELTS, TOEFL. Most of the universities in US at least will ask for exams like GRE and SAT. However, other countries like Canada, Germany, Europe, Singapore, Australia might not really ask you for SAT and GRE, not all of them. GMAT, however, most of the universities and countries will ask, because of obvious reasons. It's a very niche degree. So, but yeah, GRE and SAT, not necessary all universities will ask. Of course, there are universities who might not ask for GMAT as well. But for major universities or top ranked universities, definitely whichever the country is, they will ask you for GMAT. Now, as far as IELTS and TOEFL is concerned, uh, we have to take this for granted that the country we belong to, India, We do not have first language as English. So how will a university know whether you're good at English? So obviously, we have to give this exam. IELTS and TOEFL is a mandatory exam for almost all of the universities and all countries. So preparation itself can take time. At times you don't score good in one first attempt, you might have to retake. So this all will take some time. You have to give some time for your test score as well. The next thing that comes in picture is collecting or gathering your mark sheets. Depending on which country you want to go for, or depending on which program you want to go for, your mark sheets will be considered. If you want to go for master's degree, then mostly your graduation or your graduation degree semester wise mark sheet, your transcripts are taken in consideration. If you're going for undergraduate degree, then you have to give your 9th, 11th and 12th predicted. Now at times, getting these mark sheets or transcript can also take time. I know universities who take even 2 months to give transcripts. So yes, it is a time consuming process. You have to plan out things very, very well. Collating the mark sheets is time consuming. Then you have to also take consideration extracurricular activities that you have done. You have to collect all the certificates for that. If you have work experience, if you have anything related to community service, you have to collect all those things as well. So this is a bit time consuming. Next, and the most important thing, now everything is in place. You have finalized the universities, you have your marks in place, you have your mark sheets, your transcripts, your extracurricular activities and community service proofs in place. Now we start with the application process. For most of the universities, application process will, I mean, if you want to go for fall 2023, the application process starts now in September. Most of the universities, the portal will open now. So this is a right time when you should start applying. Every university will have multiple deadlines. So obviously, when I say multiple deadlines, more than two or more than three deadlines, but it is always advisable to apply for first deadline, because there are a lot of benefits of applying for first deadline. Simplest thing that I can tell you is, when we apply for first deadline, 100% seats are open. No one has got any admission. So chances of you getting through really increases. The chances are higher. Second deadline, obviously, I don't say there are less chances, but competition is higher and number of seats are less. It is always advisable to apply for first deadline. The chances of getting scholarships are also higher, which we would be discussing in the upcoming slides. So obviously start once everything is in place, you can start filling the application. Then obviously you have to monitor application. So once you create your application, or once you create your account on certain portal of a university, then you also start getting details like what is the word limit of SOP, how many LOR are required. Though this information is available on website also, but website you might have to do some research here and there. You have to check on the portal. Everything is just in front of you. So the word limit for SOP, in case of for MS students, the word limit of SOP, how many LORs are required is very clear. In case of MBA students, are there any video essays required? How many video essays are required? How many questions are asked? So in case of MBA, it is, they mostly have a lot of questions. Preparing your CV, how many LORs are required? From whom are they required? Are they required from your work? I mean, from your boss, from your academics. Everything takes time. And in case of undergraduate degree, you need LOR from your two teachers and one school counselor. So yes, this is a time consuming thing. And in case of undergraduate students, there are a lot of essays, or there are a lot of questions that are asked to the students. So once you start create an application, you find a lot of things that are to be done, and this is again time consuming. Trust me, writing SOP, LOR, or making video essay a very, very important factor of your application. This is something I always say to my students. University do not know you. They don't know who you are, what have you been doing. So essays, SOP, or the video essay is one of the way where you tell about yourself, where you tell what are you, what have you done, and why do you deserve this position or that particular admission more than any other student. That is why it is a very, very important factor when we think about a application. Next, of course, there is an application fee involved in every application. Then, as I said, you have to draft your CV, SALOR. I already mentioned that. So it is a very, very important factor of your application, and it is also time consuming. Next would be scholarship. We will be discussing scholarship in more detail. So I'll just go ahead. And of course, now everything is done. You have said, you have done the research, your marks are in place, you have created your application, everything, your SOP, LOR, your GRE, GMAT, everything is in place. Now you submit your application. Once you submit the application, then there is just wait and watch. We have to wait, because obviously we won't be submitting one or two application. We would be submitting set of 6 to 10 application, depending on what program you want to go for and everything. So once you submit the application, then that time is just wait and watch. We have to wait for the university to revert back. We have them to revert back to us, whether it's a reject, whether it's a acceptance, how much scholarship we have got, and all those things. So obviously, once you get acceptance from the university, let's say you applied to 10 universities and you have acceptance from maybe 6 universities, then of course the comparison of the university, who is giving you best scholarship, which is the best university out of all of them. So this is also something that will take some time. Once you finalize a university, then obviously there are some students who will show the finances in the form, liquid form, but there are few students who would go for loan. For loan process, there is something called as I-20, which is majorly required, or I-20 is for US. In generalized, if I have to say, I should say acceptance letter from the university. Once you get an acceptance letter, offer letter from the university, you are eligible to go to a certain bank and apply for loan. Again, loan process can take time depending on which bank you're going for, private or government bank, and a lot of things, a lot of documents are involved. Once all these things are done, then obviously the most important factor is visa. Prior 1 year efforts are wasted. So visa is a very important factor. We have to take it very, very seriously. So visa, again, we will be also helping you. Every country has different visas. US has interview, Canada has documents. The countries like most of the countries have documents, and there are few countries who will have interview. We also have to prepare you for interview, because you cannot go and gamble over there. We cannot make any mistakes in that. So yeah, that is how visas work. And then obviously book your tickets, and you are allowed, most of the countries will allow you to enter the country 1 month prior to the program start date, which is clearly mentioned on your acceptance letter. So this is one of the most important factor when we think about study abroad. This chart is very important. I always say start your preparation maybe 1 or 1.5 years prior. So last moment, there is no rush, or there is no running around like this is pending, that is pending, this is not complete, you didn't score good marks. So give time for everything so you can plan things accordingly. Yes. Now, a very important factor. I mean, the webinar is all about this. So cost of studying in overseas education or any country. First of all, tuition fee, most important factor. Now, every country has different tuition fees. Every university has different tuition fees. There are universities who will charge you like even 40, 50, $60,000 per year. There are universities who will cost you around 10 or 15, not 10, I would say, but 15 to $20,000 per year. And there are universities who also give you free of cost. So this differs from university to university, country to country. Countries like Germany, there is a lot of universities in Europe, there is free education, but the biggest challenge with Europe is language barrier. So that is why students don't really focus on Europe. US, Canada are more popular. Australia is more popular. Singapore is more popular compared to European countries, because of there are no language barriers. Now, tuition fee, as I said, is one of the most important factor. Uh, you have to consider it. If you get scholarship, great. If you don't, then well, you'll have to bear the entire tuition fee. But that depends when you apply, how you apply, what's your profile, and a lot of things are taken into consideration when tuition fee comes in picture. Next, rent. Now, there is a possibility that you might get scholarship for tuition fee, but rent is something that again, it depends. Where do you live? You live on campus, you live off campus. On campus, mostly there are different set of houses where on campus you can either share it with two people or three people, four people, or you can have your individual room as well. But obviously, the price will differ from what kind of room you're taking, or are you sharing with someone, or how many people you're sharing with. But on campus living is comparatively expensive than off campus. So on campus, I mean, is you're living on the university campus. So obviously it is expensive. In some universities you're allowed, on campus you're allowed to cook, in some you're not allowed to cook. So well, differs from university to university and what are the terms and conditions of certain campuses. But off campus, the benefit is you can share a room with maybe more than 3 4 people. You can cook your own food and you can do your own cleaning and everything, so for which you don't have to pay. So living off campus is always cheaper compared to on campus. Then obviously documents. Now, when we say documents, there are a lot of things which are involved. So let's say when you go to a certain country, there are few things that has to be done, or there are certain documents that has to be done in every country. So if I have to put this in very simple way, a lot of countries will give you a certain number that is an ID proof on which all records are there. In university also, there are a lot of documents that has to be submitted. Or so when we think about documents, making this ID proof for living in that country as a student, or ID card as a student, is involving cost. Making submitting documents, there are certain documents that university might ask. There are transcripts that you have to give. So all of this is there is a cost involved. There are very small cost. I'm not saying not like tuition fee and rent. There are small cost involved, but yes, there is a cost involved in all of this. Then living cost, obviously your food, as we discussed in rent. So depending on if you live on campus, off campus, are you cooking your own food, or are you going to restaurants every day and buying your food? So everything differs. Everything depends on that, on what is your living style. And obviously you can cut short on a lot of things. If you cook yourself, it's going to be cheaper. uh, so obviously that depends from student to student, group of people you're living with, and a lot of other things. And obviously, the next important thing is commute. Uh, if you're living off campus, how far are you living from the university, or how close you're, if even on campus, at times universities are huge, so you need a commute even inside the university. So of course, commute is a very small cost. It won't be a very huge cost, but yes, it is involved. So all of these things put together, and do you get a scholarship or you don't get scholarship, on campus, off campus, documents, living, do you cook or do you buy it from outside, you live near the university or you live quite far from the university, all of these things put together will be your total cost per year. So obviously for every student it's going to be different. So depending on what best opportunities and options you get, your total cost will change. Next, how can you finance your education? Now, this is a very important factor. How do you finance your education? Most important, saving. Now, when you, as I said, when you live off campus, when you cook your own food, if you share books, you save a lot of money in that. Now, it depends on you completely how you do your saving. Trust me, I know students who have done a lot of savings, and they have actually saved their money and also arranged the money for their tuition fee. Not complete, but I know students doing that they have taken responsibility of certain part of their tuition fee as well. So that completely depends on how do you save your money. But trust me, if you want to save, there are a lot of ways of saving the money. Next, obviously, there are loans that will come in picture. Loans we will discuss a bit later. Scholarship, the very important factor. There are a lot of different scholarships that are involved, which again we would be discussing more in detail. And obviously you can, as I said, you can study together, you can save your money on your books and everything, and you can always save your money on that. Now, the most important factor is scholarship. I think every student today who has joined would like to know how to get a scholarship. It's a very important factor for every student because getting scholarship can save you a lot of money. So, well, let's discuss about that. So there are most important two type of scholarship. One is merit-based scholarship and one is need-based scholarship. Now I'll tell you test-based, I'll explain a bit later. Most important is merit and need-based. Now, what is merit-based scholarship? Merit-based scholarship basically means my profile is very good. I have very good marks, and I have a lot of extracurriculum activities, community service. I have done research. I have done a number of different things, and my profile is extraordinary. So I do I need money or I don't need money is a secondary thing. But my profile is so good that university is giving me scholarship to join them. That is merit-based scholarship. So merit-based scholarship is completely profile-driven. That doesn't really matter whether you have funds, you don't have funds for your education or not. But these are merit-based scholarship, as I said, are completely profile-driven. Now, obviously, there is a deadline. I always advise my students to apply for first deadline because for most of the universities, if not all, but most of the universities, they first deadline is a deadline for merit-based scholarship. Now, this is a basic rule of scholarship all over world, all over wherever you go. Scholarship is first come, first served. So if you take a lot of time in sending the application, if you sit and send your application on last day, last deadline, it's not advisable because there are thousands of application which has already gone, and even they, if they have good profile, if they have strong profile, they will get it and you might not. So scholarship, if you are targeting scholarship, try to submit your application as soon as possible. Do not waste your time when it comes to scholarship. Please submit it as soon as possible. It is a very important factor when it comes to scholarship. Now, as I said, merit-based scholarship is completely profile-driven. How good your profile is and how strong your profile is. Not necessary if you only top universities will give you scholarship. There are a lot of other universities also, I would say top 100 universities or even a lot of universities who will give you scholarship. We just have to show your profile very strongly and we have to highlight the best things in your profile. Scholarship is not only based on your marks. Scholarship will also be based on the extracurriculum activities and community service or anything apart from studies that you have done. So all of them put together will give you merit-based scholarship. Second is need-based scholarship. Now, in case of need-based scholarships, there are a lot of deadlines and there are a lot of forms that you have to fill. So basically what need-based scholarship means. Need-based scholarship basically means that I'm trying, now this I'm telling in a very simple language, that I'm telling the university that see my profile is very good. Need-based scholarship profile has to be very, very good. Okay, either you should be at national level or you should have some research proposal or something which is out of the box, which is other than what other students or the other applicants don't have. So when we think about scholarship or even application, I'm just adding a point over here. You should remember that your competition is entire world and not India anymore. So when I say entire world, understand the amount of scholarship, amount of applications that every university gets, and how many students would have a very good profile. Trust me, there are a lot of students with good profile. So again, I repeat, when I say good profile, I don't mean marks, I mean the entire profile. But when we think about need-based scholarship, first, your profile has to be very, very good. Your profile has to be somewhere where university should feel a need of taking you in that university. And in need-based scholarship, basically what I'm doing is I am trying to tell the university that, see, my profile is extraordinary. I have something out of the box that every student or every applicant doesn't have it. But I do not have money or I'm not financially strong enough to apply there and to come to a certain university or join a certain university because I have financial issues. So in this, when you say you have a need-based scholarship requirement, there are a lot of things that will come in picture. You have to literally prove that you have financial issues. Like there are ITR returns that has to be submitted. You have to give a lot of information about your property. and it's a big process altogether. In simple words, you have to prove. Then there are a lot of test-based scholarships, also external scholarships that I would say. So even in India, we have a lot of external scholarship. Once you reach the university, there are a lot of external scholarship that a certain university or certain country would provide you. Once you go there, you have that. There are a lot of external scholarships in India also, but you can apply it. For most of them, you're eligible to apply once you get an offer letter. Before that, obviously application becomes difficult. So but the most important scholarship are merit based scholarship and need based scholarship. I always advise my students to target merit based scholarship. You are eligible. Every student applying before first deadline is eligible to get merit based scholarship. Guys, target it. Trust me, I know a lot of students getting it. So every student should target it. So how will we ISC help you with scholarship? Obviously, first, whatever we discussed, we will guide you with the external, internal scholarship and everything. That is one part of it. Second, iSchool, we have an internal scholarship also that we give to our students, which are worth around $150,000 USD. So there are different types of scholarship. There is, the way you can see, there is one-way ticket that we give to a student. Obviously, there is, we don't know when are you coming back after 4 years, 2 years. So obviously, there is a ticket that we are saying for you to go there. Then ISC will also give you some essential packages. I mean, these are service packages that we have, and that you can get it for free. And free consultation of the experts based on the university you want to go for, country you want to go for, because we have a lot of counselors with different country knowledge, with different university knowledge, different program knowledge. So these are the scholarship that we give. We also take, now this scholarship also, there are a lot of things which are involved. We will ask, there are a few certain forms that we will ask you to fill. There are interviews that are taken, that will be taken care of. So yeah, ISC will also give you, but these are our personal scholarships. These scholarships has got nothing to do with merit-based scholarship, the one we discussed earlier. Nothing to do with merit-based, need-based, or external scholarship. So these are our personal private scholarship that we give to the best student. Okay, very important. Now, okay, you have scholarship, you have good scholarship, but again, not necessary every student has a strong funding. So student loan is one of the most important factor when we think about overseas education. So now let's discuss this in more detail. Now, there are two major educational loan. One is secured and one is unsecured. Secured, unsecured, obviously they're explaining themselves. Now secured loan basically involves collateral, and non-secured loan basically involves non-collateral loan. So if I have to put this in a very, very simple language, collateral basically means I am giving, against the loan, I am giving something to bank. For example, let's say I have a land. So I am taking loan against my land. So as a security, I'm keeping land with the bank. So if tomorrow I'm not able to pay my loan back, bank has all right to take my land from me. And second is unsecured loan. So obviously, risk factor is very high. If I'm not able to pay, then obviously it's a big deal. So risk factor is very high in unsecured loan, and this is called as non-collateral loan. Now, obviously, when there is a security, later rate of interest is low, and when there is no security, rate of interest is high. There are a lot of documents when it comes to collateral loan, because obviously they will check, right? If I'm giving my land, they will check whether it is really on my name or my parents' name. Is there any legal thing over it? Have I already taken some other loan against it? So obviously there is a lot of documentation, there is a lot of checking involved, and a lot of people might visit your land, and it's a long process. And when we talk about unsecured loan, obviously I don't have anything to give against it. So it's a very simple and quick process. Secured loan, obviously, as I said, there are so many things involved. So it takes time. And unsecured loan will not take that much time. There are a lot of financial institute who will give secured loan. Mostly I would say the government one will mostly majorly give secured, and there are other who will give the unsecured loan. Secured loan obviously can go to 1.5 crore or even more, I would say, because it depends on what you're giving and what is the value of that particular thing. And unsecured, obviously, the anyone will take less risk. So maximum unsecured loan you can get is 40 to 20 lakh, depending on which country you're going for and which what is the program, basically undergraduate, masters, what is the tuition fee involved, and based on that. So these are the two major loans, I would say: secured, unsecured, collateral, and non-collateral. I'm pretty sure a lot of you all know about collateral loan and non-collateral loan. So these are the major factors when it comes to loan. Now, when you take a certain, just give me. Yeah. So part of loan that are there, obviously loan amount, as we just discussed. Loan amount is mostly depending. So obviously you the loan amount, it completely depends on what is the amount of your education or on the acceptance letter that you get. So it is clearly mentioned on the acceptance letter what is the tuition cost and what is the living cost per year. So obviously that is a proof that that much loan is required. So rate of interest, obviously, as I said, depends. Processing fee, yes, the university, every bank will be taking a processing fee because they have to put a lot of efforts in that. Then they will check the securities and tenure, for how many years do you want it, stamp duties there, forex is there. So these are basic parts that will be, these are few things that are part of your loan. Prepayment of the loan, when do you pay. So now this is also one of the factor that is there. Some bank will let you so it depends from bank to bank, obviously, whether they are government, private, and every bank has their different terms and conditions. But few banks will let you start the repayment after you complete your degree. However, few banks will start the repayment immediately next month after, I mean, once your loan is approved. Now, this differs from bank to bank, and terms and conditions will change, obviously. So it depends on that. Now, educational loan eligibility. Yeah, the very important factor. Are you eligible? So obviously, when a bank is taking certain risk, they will be checking your eligibility. They will be checking your academics, whether you're a good student, which university you have got the offer. Trust me, better name of the university, better ranking of the university, getting loan becomes easier. Uh, so yeah, so loan, obviously, if it is a very well ranked university, then the chances of ROI, return on investments, are high, getting good jobs are high. So there is a kind of security for a bank that obviously you'll get a good job and you'll repay. So your academic proofs are required. Student experience, if you are MBA, GRE student, what experience do you have? Obviously, experience is not expected by undergraduate students. Projects and internships that you have done, university admit, as I said, which program, ranking of the university, what program you're going for, which country you're going for, the things that a bank would be considering. Source of income, what is your current, now again this goes for MBA and maybe a master students, what is the source and for undergraduate students, parents. For parents, they will be considering the source of income, whether you're salaried, how much is your salary, or if it is a business, then what is your yearly or monthly income, nature of business, what is the profit, because salary is fixed, you have a fixed salary, but business, how much, what is the nature of your business, what is your profit, a lot of things would be considered. Then there are other factors also that come in picture, that is CIBIL. CIBIL is nothing but the history of your loan, and CIBIL is out of 900, then you're expected to have around, I believe, something 750, 700 to 750 should be your CIBIL, where they will check your old loan history. Have you paid it on time? Have you ever missed any loan? I mean, any EMI? Did you pay it on time? Why did it get bounced? There are a lot of things that they will be considering. CIBIL, maintaining good CIBIL is very important for everyone who is applying to loan. As I said, in CIBIL, everything will be everything. So I know how exactly CIBIL works. So every statement, even if you have missed 500 or 800 rupees ever in your loan, that reflects on CIBIL. So maintaining CIBIL or maintaining your repayment is very important. They will always check CIBIL. It is a very important factor. And then what is your net income and everything. So these are the basic factors when we think about a loan and eligibility of loan. So obviously it will differ from bank to bank. Some banks will check it. Mostly government banks, like I would say SBI Bank, will go in a lot of details. Other banks might not really go into that details. So it differs from bank to bank. And obviously, if more detail, the better rate of interest. And obviously, there are a lot of things that are involved. So yeah, these are the eligibility factors when we think about a certain loan. And then document checklist. Obviously, as you can see, there are a lot of documents. Aadhaar card and PAN card are most important. Your passport, your IELTS, GRE, GMAT, your degrees, your resume, your salary slip if you are working, then business proof. As you can see, there are a lot of documents that will be taken into consideration. Obviously, banks are doing this because they want it to be repaid. They are taking a risk by giving you a loan. So they want to be sure, they want to be kind of 100% sure that you will repay. So obviously, these are the documents which will be considered. Loan process. Obviously, now we have been discussing so many things, your profile, your CIBIL. So they will be assessing your profile. Application process, it's time taking, whether you're going for collateral, whether you're going for non-collateral. Depending on that, the application process will take time. Eligibility, as I said, everything comes on your CIBIL. And depending on that, whether you're eligible or not eligible will be taken for granted. CIBIL is one part of it. Other documents are also there. Your profile is also there. The university that you have got, the admit is also there. So obviously all those things. Credit decisions. So how much they will credit you, how much amount you can expect out of, especially for collateral loan, based on what you're giving against it and what is the value of it. So a lot of things depend on that. And loan disbursement. Loan disbursement is like a final part of it, that okay, everything is done, we are fine with everything, and this is the money. So that is the final way of loan disbursement. Now, the most important part, every student, whoever plans overseas education, should do a part-time job. Okay. Now, every country will allow you to work for 20 hours a week on your student visa. Trust me, I know a lot of students who earn their own living just by working 20 hours a week. So there are a lot of different types of jobs that you can do. Obviously, we know students working in store or petrol pumps. So there are small amounts that you earn out of it. On average, you can earn around $8 to $10 per hour, and you're allowed to work for, let's say, 20 hours a week. And let's say you earn $10 per hour. $200 per week are more than enough for a student for their living, their food and their commute and their rent. You can earn these things yourself. Maximum your parents should take care of your tuition fee. Rest of the things, every student, I know a lot of students doing that. If now there are a lot of jobs that a student can do. Apart from that, if you get jobs like teacher's assistantship or student assistantship, research assistantship, then you might earn a bit more. So depending on what type of job you are getting and your eligibility or what you are best at, you are allowed to work 20 hours a week and you can earn a good amount of money. You can start building your own network where you actually meet a lot of people, where you can connect with more people and do more jobs, learn about your country and its culture. So obviously, you would be meeting a lot of people all over the world. So you would be discussing, you would be learning a lot about different countries and culture. Only in India, we have so much culture and we have so many things to discuss about and make people aware of. So yeah, this is what you would be learning when you meet different people, when you create your own network. Obviously, the job opportunities increases even after you complete your degree. Your friends would be going all over the world and they can help you with finding another job and everything. So yes, there are a lot of part-time opportunities all over the world you go. It's only if you want to do, you will get a lot of jobs. And trust me, I know students doing it. So lot of job opportunities are there. So let's take a quick poll. What do you think is the most difficult part in overseas education? If I can get a quick poll. So do we have a result? Finding right. I agree to this. Finding the right information, yes, it's very difficult. Preparing for essay, yes, again, very important. Because as I said, university representatives don't know you. Your essay is a way to communicate with them. So writing a good essay or a correct essay is very, very important. I agree. And obviously, everything is difficult. It's not impossible. It's not very difficult if you plan things on time. If you don't, then everything is difficult. So yeah, you should give time for everything. Then things become easier. So now I'll quickly give you a demo of iSchoolConnect. We have a wonderful platform. We have a very good platform where we just where I'll just show it to you. It's amazing. So just give me a minute. Yeah. So this is a platform. It's an amazing platform for every student to do your own research, to shortlist your own universities, to check all the details about a certain university. So I'll quickly show you how it works. So I'm taking the most common program that I think every student nowadays is looking for. Computer science. These are the filters which will make your research very easy. I am taking US as of now. Masters, and you can have your own filters. I'm not putting any filter for tuition fee and all the universities. So see, so when I say computer science, this is a quick shortlist of the universities who are offering who is offering computer science. So obviously there is a huge list. There is no end for computer science. So, and these are only universities in US. Wherever you see this yellow color handshake, that means that particular university is partnered with us. However, not necessarily all universities would be partnered for all programs. So I always advise, do cross check with us whether they are partnered for your program. So there are a lot of universities, as you can see. Now, let's take a certain university. So when you click on a certain university, you get more details about it, like ranking of the university. So this is getting updated, I believe, but you know what is the tuition fee, you know what is the GPA requirement, and what is the IELTS requirement, TOEFL requirement, every detail you will get over here. If I want more details, let's say. So this is the tuition fee per year. And if I want more details about it, you can see this is the tuition fee. These are the books that you need per year. Cost of attendance is 18,458. Now, let's say I want to visit a university website. I really don't have to go on Google, search the university, put the university name, put the program name. No, I do not have to do. I just click here and it directly takes me to the university portal. Just give me a minute. Yeah. As you can see, it has directly taken me to the university portal and I can do the entire research from here as well. Yeah. So this is how it works. This is an amazing tool. You will get a lot of information over here. You do not have to go on Google. Everything is available over here. Student ratio, what is the male female ratio, or what is the average ROI after you complete the degree. All the information, how is the application process. Email IDs are available. These are the direct university contact number and email ID. What is the location? All information is available on the portal. This is the place where we expect every student to fill their information. So when I say information, I mean your so this, your name, your contact details, because we will be helping you in filling the application. So when we start filling the application, we will take your all information from here. We will not keep on disturbing the student like, what is this, what is that, what is the information, this is missing. So everything we expect every student to answer all these questions over here. Your education, from which university you have done, what program you have done, and everything. Experience, if you have any experience, how many years of experience, test score, obviously your IELTS, TOEFL, everything you have to mention over here. So these are the things which are we expect a student to mention over here. In documents, so we know there are a lot of documents which will be involved: your passport, your transcripts, your semester mark sheet, your consolidated mark sheets, your GRE, your IELTS, sorry, scorecard. Then you have other things like SOP, LOR, everything should be uploaded over here. And then obviously, based on your profile, we would be sharing a set of recommended universities. Now, recommended universities will be different for every student, because every student will have different profile. So based on your profile, we would be sharing set of universities over here. So this is very much profile driven, and this is how it works. Then I will also show you how our editing tool works. So we have a wonderful SOP, LOR editing, SOP and essay editing tool, which is amazing. So yeah, so just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So this tool is a very good tool. It will give you all analysis of the essay that has been written. Now, if you check, it is clearly telling you that work experience. Yeah. So this is what they recommend. We notice only 15% of your SOP talks about your work experience. So yes, even the smallest thing, that how much you're talking about a certain thing are mentioned, choice of program. So it will give you everything in detail, that what mistakes you're making, what are your further goals, everything, what is your motivation, everything in detail. It will tell you choice of school. Since the student has written it well, it clearly says well written, and experience. So everything in this tool is very quick. We just have to analyze it. Once you copy paste it, we just say analyze, and you get the analysis of the your entire SOP. Word limit, how much word count is there, what is the so basically everything has to be green every time you make the changes, and it will analyze it every time. This is how it works. Even the language, how many long paragraphs are there, how many grammar mistakes are there, everything this tool will give you in detail. Then we also have interview tool. Give me a minute. So as I said, certain universities would be taking your interview. So we expect you to record your interview over here, and the tool will obviously give you the analysis of the confidence that you had. Just give me. How confident were you? How well you spoke, or how did you represent yourself? So these tool will help you in understanding that. Okay. Just a minute. So this person who gave it, her score, it is out of 10. What is her score? What is the best score? So you can give this interviews multiple times as well. So confidence level, focus, energy, It will give you all the details. How did she answer certain questions? There are certain questions which are there, and it is recorded as well. So even at the back end, we would be listening to your answers that you have given, and we will also give you our own input on that. So this is a very amazing tool, that iSchool AI that we have. It is very user friendly. Everything can happen on this tool. You do not need any help. Obviously, after you get your SOP LOR edited on the tool, we will also check it. And the interviews also, we will be also preparing you for interviews apart from these tools. So this is the entire uh, tool, and this is how it works. So yeah, so this was a quick walkthrough of this tool that we have, which is very, very user friendly. And yeah, so just give me a minute. So well, that was a quick portal walkthrough, and this was a quick I would say the presentation on how to plan your finances. And you can always join us on this WhatsApp group, and you will keep on getting the information about the webinars that are happening. So thank you so much, guys. Now let me just check if there are any questions. Give me a minute.
Yes, Nimish, there are a few questions in the chat box as well. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Akhil is saying he's giving IELTS. So I didn't understand. Okay. Hi, ma'am. I got an offer from UK University, but I'm facing financial issues. And also my loan were rejected due to my father's salary 25K. I need to apply for Commonwealth scholarship. Okay. Akhil, you can definitely connect with us. We can help you with these scholarships as well. So we will let you know how it works, and if you have an offer letter, obviously we can help. But we also need to check whether the deadlines are still there. So I think this is something where we need to connect one-on-one. Thank you so much. I need information about courses and opportunities after graduation. Okay. So courses is completely depending on what have you done till now and what do you want to do. So when we think about courses, there are so many courses that you can do. So I think this is something where we need to connect one-on-one, Akhil, and I can guide you based on what you have done till now, what you can do in future. Opportunities, trust me, there are unlimited opportunities all over the world. So there are a lot of opportunities. Do not worry about that. But courses, yes, I can advise you about the courses only once I know your profile and what you have done till now. So I would advise you to connect with me one-on-one, where we'll discuss your profile in detail. Ma'am, can I get your answer? No. Varun, if you could just specify a bit more. Olivia, ma'am, thank you so much. Thank you, Olivia. Studying in Canada in master's program. How can I proceed? Okay. Okay, there is a process. Obviously, we can connect. The Canadian applications have started now for fall 2023. So obviously there is a process which university you want to target. There is an application process. There are a lot of documents that are involved. Like, as I said, your transcript, your mark sheets. There are a lot of documents which are involved. We will definitely help you with all of it. We will also help you with your visas once you get the offer. So do not worry, just connect with us one-on-one, and we can help you with the entire Canadian application process and visa process. Varun, please connect with us one-on-one. We will discuss everything in detail. Yes, we do help you with IELTS coaching as well, Anuj. So we can definitely help you with that. Okay, okay. Yes. How can I apply for master's loan in Canada? Thank you in advance. Okay, so you want to take loan from Canadian bank, if I'm not mistaken. So to take a loan from Canadian bank, you need to have some relative over there who is ready to take the responsibility of repayment. So this is a basic requirement. So yeah, I think first if you have relatives, I think it would be easier. But if you don't, then it's very, very difficult. I know this question why you're asking, because of rate of interest and everything. But yeah, Someone needs to take the responsibility of repayment. Only then it is possible. Thank you, guys. How can you connect with me or iSchoolConnect? Our sales agent will get in touch with you, and you can definitely connect with me or to iSchoolConnect through them. And obviously, I had given you the in chat. I had shown you the link, WhatsApp link. You can connect us through that as well. As I just said, you can connect us through our agent will any which ways get in touch with you. I am a dentist PDS. I want to do a PG diploma. What all courses I will? Okay. Now, first, where do you want to do a PG diploma? Second, why do you want to do a PG diploma? So I think we will discuss this and again. Why PG diploma when you can do better programs? So I think let's connect one-on-one. I need to understand few things. There are a lot of courses, and which country are you targeting? So and what are your future plans? So based on that, how much is the IELTS coaching fee? That depends on what program you're taking. So maybe the sales agent are correct people who can answer this question. I do not handle the finances or the fees part, so I'm not really sure about it. But definitely when someone connects with you, you'll get the details for it, cost of it. And as I said, please connect one-on-one, because first my question is why PG diploma? Second, which course? There are a lot of other courses that you can do basically, and which country you're targeting. So we will connect one-on-one. Thank you, Varun. Yeah, ma'am. Is there any specific email where we can connect with iSchoolConnect? Yes. Just give me a minute. I'll put it on chat. So you all can connect us on this. These are our contact details. You can connect with us on this number, and this is the email ID where you can get in touch with us. I think I'll just keep it on. Yeah. Okay. So if you're applying for, yeah, I can see you're saying
across the email ID in the chat. So yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
So yes, but we can still find good universities. I think Anuj, we will connect one-on-one. I would have some certain questions and country and everything. As I said, this will be a long discussion about the program that you want to do and country that you are targeting. There are also some visa factors which come in picture. So I'll explain you that how it works, and let's connect one-on-one. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. There is one question in chat. The tuition fee as mentioned on the program website of international student, is there? Yes. So I'm not sure which website. Every website has two types of tuition fees. One is international student, one is local student. No, there are three types. Two types of fees: international student and local student. The fees that they give for international student is something that you have to consider, and those are the correct fees. For every university, it's going to be different. So yeah, it differs from university to university. So I hope I have answered this question. So yeah, I think there were few questions that I have answered. I will advise you to connect us one-on-one where we can discuss in more detail about everything. So I think thank you so much, guys, for joining us on Saturday evening. I think you all now can enjoy your weekend. And well, let's connect one-on-one and let's discuss everything in detail. So I think we can end the session now.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nimish. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I'll just go forward and end the session. Don't worry, your counselors will get in touch with you after this webinar as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Nimish. That was
Thank you, guys.